one of my real good friends yesterday. I've known this woman, over 20 plus years, like for a real long time. So she's like one of the few people, it's a handful of people that like really know me, and she is, one of the ones. And she's very insightful. Like I take her advice. Like, you know, when she talks to me, I pay attention and I take heed to, when she says certain things to me. Just regards to life and, forgiving people and everything. And I sit back and think about it, and it's like this thing about, everything I went through, with this family member, just people in general, especially family, because they're the ones that's closest to you. They're the people you spend the most time with. They're the people you live with. Like they have big impact pretty much on your life. And I hear her story. With her situation, like as far as her family and her dad and everything, and like how she grew up. You know, and, and like I told you, like I said before, it makes me kind of envious to have that two-parent household, to have that, that stable environment versus, the chaos that I went through. So, it's, it, she tells me all the time that, to forgive, and, and for the most part, I have forgiven them people, but also, if I sit back and I think too hard on it, like, it'll start to, just irritate me all over again. So, I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be as far as me being irritated by the situation. Like, I can deal with emotions way better than I could, say 10 years ago. Like, I can handle it better. I know how to process those thoughts and how to move through them. Like, I remember when I got shot, like, sometimes I would sit back and just think on it, and it would just run wild, and I couldn't reel it in. So I had to like just go off somewhere by myself for like an hour or two just to get my thoughts back together. I can easily control that with no problem. Like, I can let it run as wild as it want to, and I know how to reel it back in and control it. Like, it didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of time. A lot of just processing the whole situation. Like, it was not easy. It was not easy to deal with. I'll say that it was not easy. Like, it wasn't. Like I said previously, like, I tried the whole therapy thing, and if you haven't walked in them shoes, or you don't understand, you know, somebody's trauma, it's like you won't be able to relate to it. Like, you'll give me textbook answers, and that doesn't work in those type of situations. Just textbook answers, like, they don't work at all. As far as like I said with Mary, you know, that one was cold hearted, like, and people don't understand how she was like that. I'm like, well, of course you don't. You didn't live with her. She didn't. It's not somebody that you dealt with pretty much on a day-to-day basis like I did. Like, my interactions with her, it was just, like, it was just so crazy interacting with that woman. It was like you never knew who you was getting from day to day. Like, you was guaranteed to get, you know, the 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 not caring, not loving. You gonna get that. That was, you didn't have to worry about that. But then some days, she act like, she was your friend. I remember one time in particular, I've never been anywhere with this woman, not as an adult. One time I was in the house, and she was like, oh, let's go to Atlantic City. I'm like, Atlantic City? I'm like, when I don't hang out with you, like, where is this coming from? But I went anyway. I don't know why. So we go down there and she gambling, and like, it was just so awkward. Like, to me it was like, it was just the whole ride down was just so awkward. I'm like, I don't have no connection with this woman at all. Like, none. Like, I don't even know why she even asked me. Like, she must have been high or something and feeling in a good mood, so she asked me to go with her. But like, that whole ride was just so awkward. Like, I could never have a conversation with this woman ever. I could never sit down and have anything like, deep to talk about with her. Like, I tried that one time. after I got shot, this was some years later, and I tried to talk to her about it, and her response was, "Oh, this would get even happen. Like this would get it happen." I'm like, man, I can't talk to you, man. You are a horrible human being. You know, like I don't even know why you exist on this planet. I don't understand. I don't know your purpose on this planet. Sir, it doesn't serve me no good at all. At all. Like you are, a horrible person. I don't care what nobody says. People try to defend her to this day, and I don't have no words for her. It's like if that's what you want to believe about her, more power to you. I don't even align that woman, like at all, or anybody in my family for that matter of fact. Like what I seen is what I seen. Like and experience with those people. You believe it, not believe it. That's up to you. But I don't even allow none of them, and like that, like you know, I said it before and I say it again. Like I hate that woman. I hate her with every fiber of my body. I do. I will hate her to the day I die. Like I will. I mean, I'll reiterate that from here on out. Like yeah, I forgive her, but I still hate her. And like people, especially in the black community, they always, you know, they're very quick to uplift the black mother, you know, and they forget about the black moms, that they just give them way too much credit, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. There are plenty of mothers out here who are handling their business, but some of them, I guess they're just doing it more out of necessity, or they're doing it, for monetary, gains. I ran across a whole bunch of women, whole bunch of them, who really didn't care to have kids or care, they would leave their kids and they care their grandparents or whoever they could drop them off to. One story I heard in particular is when I was locked up. It was this dude. He was messing with this girl, so she I guess when they had a couple of hours, whatever. So dude came around one day, and she just, dude, he's like, yo, come on, let's go somewhere, and she just got him and left, like, and she had young kids, and she just left, like, and she was gone for a couple of days, like, and that happens so often, but people overlook those stories and just, uplift mom. Just, I never understood why, like, I never understood that. I'm just saying, like, from my experiences and what I've seen, especially with my own, with Mary, it was like you're getting all this credit for what? Just because you pushed the baby out, like, like, I just don't understand that situation. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, I just look at the way she moved. Even her sisters, like, they all pretty much had the same personality. Like, they were all just, cold-hearted. Um, they just wanted to manipulate you and, whatever they could get from you, what they could get from you. Like, their whole thing was just, like I said, getting high. That was their whole makeup of getting high. And, like, even as a kid, like, when I was younger, I knew what was going on. I knew, but I didn't know. As years went on, and I started seeing, more and more, I truly understood. And, like, I just look at them with so much disdain. Like, man, y'all just a bunch of drug addicts. Like, I don't have any, respect for any of y'all. Like, there's nothing any of y'all can tell me, because I know people that y'all bought drugs from. I've seen y'all buy drugs with my own eyes, and you try to play it off. I want to tell one story about one of her sisters that I seen. She came up to the trap house. I used to be up in there, whatever. Wasn't in there getting high, believe me. So anyway, she came in there, so I was sitting in the back, and she seen me. She ran back out the door, You know, and at first she said, "Oh, I guess my secret." I'm like, "Secret?" I'm like, "Sure. Who don't know you get high? Like that's been everybody that known that. I know that pretty much my whole life. You get high. Like but so she ran out the house, and no less than like a minute later, a lady coming. I know her too. She come right back in there, you know, and get served and you know and burn off. And you know, I guess she was so paranoid that I was gonna tell her secret. I'm just like, I don't care what you do. That's your life. If you want to get high, I mean, that's you. Like you shouldn't be ashamed of anything you do. If you're ashamed of it, that means you shouldn't do it. Straight up. You know you're doing something wrong if you know you see somebody you know and you know you got around the door. Like whatever you do, you should be proud of it. Straight up. Don't be hiding or none of that. If you whatever you do, you know, accept it. Accept who you are. So you know she knew she was wrong for what she was doing. Just like I said about you know one of her brothers, I seen him. I seen a couple of them come through there. A couple of them. I never told nobody. I kept it to myself. Like I told these stories now because they're gone. You know, it don't make a difference at this point. They're gone. Like so, me shaming their name or anything like that, they're gone. They're gone. They're not coming back. You know, they're gone. So it makes a difference. I tell these stories now, and like I said, I've seen these people several times. You know, coming through buying drugs or like they knew what I was about, so they would call me and ask me, you know, oh, who got this? Oh, you know, but they try to be so secretive about it, about trying to find what they need. You know, they even asked my younger brother, like, you know, he was serving like, you know, it's like that Future song, like, you know, serving auntie, like, I don't feel bad about it, like, I don't. You want to get high? That's it. That's up to you. What can I mean, what you want me to do? Like, you know, if you don't feel bad about buying drugs from your nephew, then why should I feel bad about serving them to you? That's up to you if you want to do that or not. You know, auntie, uncle, whoever, cousin, like, what can I do? Like, I don't feel bad about it. None of that. That's up to you. You want to do that. I can't stop you. You know, you know, Mary, like, she tried to be, you know, so secret squirrel about her activities, but it was plain as day. It was plain as day. You know, she would put on this great facade for the world to see that, you know, she would try to portray herself as this upstanding, you know, person. And the crazy thing, she like, you know, she did to all my friends, like people that, you know, that I would bring around, you know, just my, you know, people I was cool with, even women I dated, you know, she would put on this facade, and you know, and the crazy thing is these women, like even women I dated, even my friends, like she would act so nice in their face, but then you know when they leave, whatever, you know she be talking about them. I was just looking at her like you were so two-faced, like you sat up in these people's face and you know put on this front, and you know when they leave, you just talk about them. She did that so many times, like, and I tell my friends, anybody, like, if they knew her, and I talk to you, I tell them, like, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, I don't know how you feel about this. You know, I apologize right now. You know, like, I'm gonna tell you, you know, all them times, you know, that you was around Mary and everything, that woman did not care for you. Like, you know, when you wasn't around or you leave, she would talk about you. So, you know, you try to sit up here and praise her all you want, but I'm telling you, what she would do when you weren't around or you would leave, she would talk about you or say, "Oh, I don't really care for that person too much." But if you were around, she would talk about you. Like she did my sister-in-law like that. Like, and I seen her do it. And I, you know, I never wanted. I wanted to tell my sister-in-law so bad, but I never did, man. 'Cause I didn't want to be in the middle of that nonsense. And you know, I recently seen her, and you know, I told her everything. I'm like, you know, that woman didn't care for you. You know, she would sit up there and smile on your face, and you know, when you weren't around, or you know, whatever situation was going on, you know, between you and my brother, you know, she would you know, always side with him, no matter what happened. You know, he could have been dead ass wrong, and you know, she would side with him. And some reason, I never understood this shit. He was the favorite, and he was like the worst one of all of us. He was the worst one. And like I was the black sheep. It's always been like that. But whenever they needed something, I'd be the first person they call and everything like that. And like a dummy, I would go running. But them days is gone. I'm glad they gone. I wouldn't trade him for anything. It made me a stronger person. I'm glad I survived all that different situations I've been in. That's about it. But as far as they go, like all of them, like I hate them. I will to the day I die. I hate every last one of them. Every last one. It's like it's a few of my family members that that I have I speak to and that I still call family, but the majority of them I don't want nothing to do with none of them. Like people try to say, oh, it's your family. I'm like, man, what do I care about that? Like that don't mean we don't family because of blood ties. You not no family to me. You pretty much a stranger. Straight up, you a stranger to me. I don't know you at all. If I ain't seen you, I don't talk to you. I don't know you. You just we only family because of blood. That's it. But let me stop this for a second. I know it's gonna cut off.